Society often tells young people that getting a college degree is the only way that they can make a lot of money. However, what is the actual numbers behind college? And how does it compare to simply buying Bitcoin and leaving it alone? So let's go through this properly. Let's compare the numbers behind investing in a college degree and investing in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. If you look at college as an investment and compare it to other investments that you can make, it simply makes no sense to go for a college degree. Now, for full disclosure, I am absolutely not impartial to this discussion. I'm a high school dropout that became a millionaire from crypto, so by no means do I not have a bias in this. But I'm willing to admit that and not pretend to be some impartial observer. And for that reason, I'm not going to be going over anecdotal evidence in terms of my life. I'm just going to be looking at average numbers that someone can expect getting into college versus someone that doesn't get into college and someone that buys Bitcoin or doesn't buy Bitcoin. And this is going to trigger some people, and I understand, like, if you've already got a college degree, this might be hard to hear, but just hear me out, and I'm sure at the end of this video you will agree that buying Bitcoin or cryptocurrency is a better investment than simply buying a college degree. So to go over the facts of college, now in America it usually takes about 4 years to get a degree, and that is pretty standard. In that time, you are basically putting a full-time job into that college degree, and maybe you can get like a job on the side, like a part-time job. That's also pretty common, but for the most part, that is 4 years of your life taken up where you're not in a career. There's also the matter of student debt. Now, in America, usually people will spend about 50k to get a college degree. That's 50k of student debt. So after you get that degree, you now have a bunch of debt that you're going to have to be paying off for the rest of your life. So straight away, like, there's quite a large investment going into a degree. You know, you're spending 4 years of the prime of your life when you're young and can do whatever you want, and you have lots of energy into studying from books and going to lectures and stuff. That is 4 years of missed work opportunity. Let's say you get a job at McDonald's and you make about 35k a year. Now, that 35k a year, it adds up when you go over the course of 4 years. So by the end of 4 years, you should have over $100,000. Not to mention, that's just assuming that you don't even go up the ladder. And if you have any ambition, you'll probably become a regional manager or something in that time anyway. And none of this is to say that you can't invest in cryptocurrency during this time. So you have that as well. So after 4 years, the guy that's in McDonald's, even just going to the job and not even trying to get a promotion, you're still coming out with a decent amount of profit at the end. On the other hand, the person that finishes college may get a higher paying job, and in fact, on average, someone with a college degree does get a higher paying job. I think in a lifetime, someone with a college degree gets paid about $250,000 more than someone that doesn't have a college degree. And for the more advanced degrees, such as becoming a doctor and so on, yeah, you can actually get a lot more than 250k more in your lifetime. But that's it, you know, that's over the course of your life. So if you do have a college degree, you're going to get a slightly higher paying job than someone that doesn't have it. But at the same time, you're also finishing college with 50k in debt and 4 years of lost work experience, where you could actually be starting a career in those 4 years. You can get a hell of a lot done in 4 years. Like when I was starting my YouTube channels, I think it took me like a year and a half to get a YouTube channel that was making above $10,000 a month. And that's well within 4 years. So, you know, to go from zero to that within 1.5 years, there's a lot of room to grow your career in 4 years. Now, compare this to Bitcoin. Like, it costs 50k of student debt to get a degree on average. But let's say that you put 50k into Bitcoin 4 years ago. In fact, if you bought Bitcoin 4 years ago, which is by no means the optimal time to get into Bitcoin, since that is still midway through the bull run at the time, you would have 10x'd your money. So that 50k that you would have put into student debt would have been $500,000 now, and should be a lot more if you actually bought at a more optimal time when the bull run was just starting. And that is way more than the lifetime earnings of someone with a college degree compared to someone that doesn't have a college degree. And you're making that instantly, pretty much. And in those 4 years of you just waiting around for your Bitcoin to go up, you could do anything. Like, you could just sit around playing video games if you want. You don't even have to go to a job, but likely you will go to a job and make more money. Another thing is that there's a ongoing trend of college degrees becoming less and less valuable. In fact, there's more and more people going to college these days. The market for graduate jobs is just getting more and more diluted. You know, back in the day, a tiny minority of people actually went to college, and it was actually seen as a place that you would go if you were intellectually gifted. It wasn't just something that every young person goes to by default. No, college back in the day was seen as the upper crust of society. People that were intellectually gifted went to college. But now it's just seen as like a default. Like, people don't even question it anymore. And if you just look at the numbers of college and just really look at it just with cold, calculated eyes like I'm doing, it just doesn't make sense compared to other things you could be doing with your time and money. You'd probably have a better ROI if you just go to McDonald's, work really hard, and go for promotions than if you spent those 4 years getting a college degree. I genuinely think if you have a high IQ and you can motivate yourself to work hard at something, you can make more just starting from the bottom. And when we are comparing this investment into student debt to Bitcoin, remember, Bitcoin is the slowest moving coin out of all the cryptocurrencies. You would have made even more if you put that into Ethereum or some of the altcoins and so on. So what I am saying is really, really conservative. Like, anybody can buy Bitcoin when the rainbow chart has it as blue. You know, like, that's not rocket science. Like, anybody can freaking do that. And best of all, you know, that money is liquid and you're not coming out with debt, and you can do anything while you're holding cryptocurrency. Like, you can do anything you want. You can go to a job, start a career, do your thing. It's not a big time investment to get into crypto at all. And I already know that there's going to be people in the comments saying that, well, you're only looking at college from the perspective of finance. You know, there's more to college than making profit. No, dude. I've been told my whole life that you need to go to college to get a job. It's the only way that you can get a decent paying job. And I've heard that from multiple adults, and that is very common. It's said in the media, it's said by older generations constantly to young people. Sometimes, and not even that, sometimes it's even said as the only way to get a good paying job. So it's even more extreme. So of course I'm going to analyze this from the perspective of an investment, because that's what it's being marketed as. You know, adults don't say go to college for a good time. No, they say go to college to get a good paying job. So it's absolutely an investment. So it should be scrutinized as an investment as well. I think if you just go by the numbers like I have in this video, it's pretty hard to say that college is a great thing to invest in. Like, there's so many better options. Even if the average college graduate is making more on average, it's only a little bit more. And if you have some brains to you, you could make way more just investing in cryptocurrency. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed, please drop a like and subscribe for more.